So this is the start of the house pad. How you going, guys? Out at the farm today, another exciting day. I've had an excavator in here today starting to do some site prep for us. So what they've started doing is, I've got the existing driveway there. I got them to continue this driveway down. So basically, there's the entry gate up there. Come straight in. I'll get him to just continue that over. He'll compact all that down. The other parts that he's done, over here you can see all this dirt. That's where there was a bit of a spoon drain coming down. For some reason it started underneath the container and the spoon drain went down across, and it actually went through where the garage is going to be and continues down to the small dam at the top of the property here. So he's taken the topsoil off of the house pad there, the part that he's done anyway, and filled in that spoon drain. He's also, over on the far side, over here, he's done the shed pad. So it's a bit bigger than the shed pad. So what it is the shed, the lean-to that'll be off the side of the shed. Then we're putting at least one, maybe two large water tanks at the back, about 120,000 litre water tanks. So they're about 8 to 9 metre diameter. So I've got him to scrape all of that off, and I'll be putting this down. So this gravel here, this is actually recycled concrete. So it's from a local place here that crushes up the concrete that gets dropped off around Ballarat, and you can see there's bits of brick and other aggregates and that type of thing in there. So what we got is it's called 20 mil minus, so it's up to 20 mils down. So once it's all compacted down, it should lock in nice and tight and form a nice solid base for the driveway and the shed slab. Now, I'm not digging foundations or anything like that. It's just taking some topsoil off and putting some gravel down. The reason I'm getting him to do it now is we're on a slight lean. I don't think you can really see it on the camera, but there was that spoon drain that came down through the middle. So what I'm doing is along the fence line, all along here, all the way down to the bottom corner, we're going to do a small spoon drain. Now, it's not a big runoff, but it's just from basically on the nature strip, whatever water runs through there, I want to direct it back down to the farm and down into the dam. And I'll also do one over here along the orchard fence. And then it'll go underneath the driveway and continue down the farm, and that will eventually make its way down to the bottom of the farm where we have the large dam. So that's where we're up to today. He'll be back tomorrow to finish off the cut for where the house will be. We're not putting gravel on the house pad, it's just the cut, just to get that topsoil off. I have made it larger than what I need, and that is so we can adjust the house, because I'm going to be getting it to face true north, the back of the house. So we're using passive solar principles and all that sort of stuff, which we'll get into as we get closer and once we show you the plans of the house. You saw in a previous video we've had the soil test done. That all came back really good, so I'm not concerned about that at all. You can see over here he's just started piling up the soil from the shed cut. Now that won't go to waste, so what I've asked him to do is pile it up. There'll probably be another lot over here somewhere from the rest of the house slab. And what we'll do with that is the back of the house, we're going to have a lot of raised gardens. So all of that topsoil and the grass will eventually break down over the next sort of 12-18 months. And then that soil will all go in the bottom of the gardens. So it definitely won't go to waste. I'll mix it in with some compost and we should have a good sort of base for those gardens. So we'll go for a quick walk and I'll show you where we're at so far. You can see up here, this is where the spoon drain was filled in, so he's filled all that up, run over it a few times just to compact it down, which is great. And the shipping container here will be moved down where the shed slab is, so he'll drag that down as well once the crushed concrete is put down. So you can see there's a hole underneath the shipping container there. So I don't know why, but that's that'll get filled in once he moves the shipping container out of the way. So this is the start of the house pad. We only need to scrape about probably between 100 and 200 mil off to get down to decent soil. So where I marked out, I'd already made it a bit bigger than the house, about 1.5 meters bigger than the house, and he's scraped about 1.5 meters outside of that as well. So a nice big base that we've got to work with. We've got this other gate here that we're just putting another bit of a driveway in, which will go through to the front of the shed. So this one won't get used very much, but it's just another access point for the property. Again, using the recycled concrete 20 mil minus, which should compact down nicely. You can see here now, this is a massive pad here, probably as big as a house or more, but this will not be all shed. The rest around the outside will probably be gravel or something like that. And like I mentioned earlier, over the back here will be one, maybe two large water tanks. So I want to be able to capture all the water off our roof that we can. And going on what our rainfall is here, annual rainfall about 600 millimetres a year, we should be able to capture that should give us, with the roof area, over 200,000 litres a year, which, yeah, 2 of these tanks would be a nice size. A spoon drain going right along this fence line here. I've got some pipe that will go underneath the driveway here, so it'll come right along this fence line, underneath the driveway, for a 6 metre length of black mats pipe. Then it'll go down to there, underneath there somewhere, it'll cut across, and I've asked, depending on where the levels are, it'll go down into this dam here, which is all fenced off, which the same guy that's doing the earthworks now, he actually cleaned those dams out last year. So I called the guy up last week that did the earthworks on the dams and told him what I was planning to do, and he was just happened to be working close by in the area, and said I can do it next week. So great. I wasn't expecting that. I thought, we might have to wait a month or 6 weeks, the way everything's going at the moment. People are hard to get. Exciting times, a lot to do, and this is one of many steps that we'll have on the house. I don't know if you can hear the cockatoos in the background. You can hear them up there. Normally this time of the year there's a massive flock of like hundreds and hundreds of them, but I haven't actually seen them this year. But they have ravaged, absolutely gone through my orchard this year, and I'm not going to get much fruit. I'll get a few apples, but I won't get much else off there. They have gone to town. We're not living here at the farm at the moment. Once we're here, we'll be able to take a bit more care of it. The plan is living here on the farm while we own and build, which is going to be an experience. We're not big campers or anything like that, but it'll be an experience. We've already got a caravan with a shower and toilet in it, but we're also looking to get another building. Belinda works from home, so just somewhere that she's out of the caravan. The council restrictions are pretty tight here with what you can and can't do. So that's probably it for today, guys. It's a big day, another big day tomorrow. I won't be here on site, I'll be at work, but I'll just have to let you know about the driveway here, which I might mark out now with paint. So I've just marked out with some line marking paint or landscaper's chalk, just to show where I want the driveway to go to the house. And the reason I want that there now is when we've got trucks and builders and all the rest of it coming in, there's a solid surface for them to drive on. It compacts it down nice and hard for when we do put the final layer over the top of the driveway. Right guys, I'm off home. I'll catch you later. Back out at the farm today. This is the next day. So the excavator's done a fair bit more work here. As you can see, the house pad there behind me, all scraped off. Now again, we've just scraped off the topsoil, which after the soil test was about 100 mil up to 200 mil, so it wasn't a lot there. So that's all been scraped off, and the pile has been put just behind me here. There's a drag mark where he's dragged the shipping container from up there all the way through. At the moment it's just sitting over here. Its final resting place will be just over here. So that's the small dam, top of the property here. The shed will go here. Container will be over there, probably under a lean-to, I'm thinking at the moment. So you can see here, this is the crushed concrete. So 20 mil minus, and he's driven over this a few times, and it's made it fairly hard packed. So I think if this gets some good rain on it, that'll really make it a solid base. So I think we've got another couple of loads of the crushed concrete to come in. Should be enough. So, and that'll finish off this section over here. So this is the rear driveway, I'll call it. So this is the one into the shed, which won't be getting used a lot. And there's a bit of the pipe that I bought the other day. So it's a 6 metre length of pipe. So it'll go full length, one side of the gate to the other. 225 mil, Black Max it's called. So, which is more than enough. This is the spoon drain that I got him to do. Now the spoon drain, I was expecting, I thought, given it's a big excavator, that it was going to be a much larger drain, but it's actually quite a small one, which is fine. We're not expecting a lot of water to come down here. So you can see there, I'll just show you the size of it. That's my foot, that's my size 10 in the drain. So you can see there, it's only, a few inches deep all the way along the fence line. So basically anything that's coming off the nature strip here, as it flows down, I can catch in here, and that'll then go into that top dam. So this pipe, I'll get him to dig a little bit further down, just so it drops down into the drain there. Doesn't matter if it half fills with water. Like I said, I'm not expecting a lot of water here, but I want that to be covered over with gravel. So I'm really liking this crushed concrete. I'm a little bit concerned that it might be a little bit dusty, but I think once we get some rain on it, with the concrete and everything, I think it'll dry really hard. We'll see. So yep, the shed, this will be the base for the shed. So once we're ready to build the shed, again we'll have a really solid base. We've scraped all the topsoil off. That's the topsoil that I showed you yesterday sitting over there. Because we're doing a concrete slab, we will have the drain guy coming in, the plumber and drainer coming in to do all that work. So, and there'll be earthworks going over the top. Now I didn't want to cut in too far up here. There is a really slight slope from one corner to the other. I didn't want to do a big cut. I'd rather build the front up than cut in at the back here. This is where the shipping container was. That's the good old Aussie dunny that I made a couple of years ago now. So this water tank is sitting here. We'll use that somewhere on the farm. The toilet, when we put the shed in, I'm going to try and get approval to put a toilet in the shed. If I don't, the dunny that I made will sit out the back of it somewhere, just for emergencies if I'm out on the farm and I don't want to come inside. There'll be a spoon drain going down along this fence here as well. So all the way down, and it'll join into a drain that I've got going under, or a pipe that I've got going under the driveway. So this will be the main driveway. This here will be the main driveway into the house. You see it goes around on a bend there. I think I showed you yesterday that it was going straight through, but I got onto him and he said, yep, no worries, fixed it up, just had it going around to the end of the house. And again, the reason I want to get this down now is with the trucks driving in and concrete trucks and delivery trucks and everything driving in over this, it'll make it a really, really solid base for the driveway once we finish it off and put the top layer, whatever type of rock we choose to put over that, which will probably be a blue metal B grade type thing. That'll be where the house is, behind me, all here. So this is the house yard coming together, guys. Really exciting. Go over and say hello to the sheep. One One of them's a little bit lame at the moment. I had a look and she's got a split in one of her hooves there. There she is. She's kneeling down at the moment to eat. Got a little bit of a limp. There's Audrey, Zorro. Kangaroos. I don't know if you can see them hopping around. Hey Betty. Hey Zorro. Yeah, see she's a little bit lame there still, holding it up. But she's a lot better. So when I saw she was lame, got her in the run over there and had a look and ended up clipping her hooves a bit. They were starting to get a bit long and curl over. And I've got a suspicion that's why one of them split. I've got a sheep handler. I'm waiting for them to come in. That should be in next week, so I can actually flip them over and do the hooves properly. So they're probably all, I know they're all going to be needing attention. So we'll get onto that as soon as we can. So you'll see the kangaroos. I'll show you. They're hiding in the grass. All ducking down. They think I don't know they're there. Oh, there they are. They stick their head up every now and then. Just have a look. See if I'm still here. I'll see them. Yeah, they're starting to jump away now. Go for a wander down and see the boys. I don't mind the kangaroos here. The only thing I don't want them to do is break the fences. These fences here, which is just a 4-strand fence down the middle. See him over there. Oh. Yep, popping their heads up now. I'll take off there. I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm walking down here. Scattering. So I don't know if you can hear those horse flies there. I mentioned the other day they're pretty bad at the moment. See in here, there's a lot of little green shoots down here. Now this is our dry season, because I'm not getting the livestock to chew the grass right down. It's still holding moisture in the ground. And this is the first time I've done this. So the steers have been over this one stand or around about here. And look at it, you wouldn't even know. There's a bit back here, you can see where they were. I left their shelters there a little bit longer than I should have. All the green in there. Coming down to see me. That's Bruce in the front. Archie second. And Clyde at the back there. At the moment they really like the long grass because they can get in where the long grass is and keep the flies off their legs and everything, which must be really annoying them at the moment. I'll just quickly show you. There's a fly trap that I put up here. A lot of people say these things don't work. So that there has been up about a week, and that is full of flies. There's more getting in there. So those things definitely work. It stinks, but I think that's a good thing because it attracts more flies. I try to put that up here to give the boys a little bit of relief. It's called flies. Don't know about the big horse flies, it's more the smaller ones, but that's okay, at least it's doing something. Set you guys up here and I'll go and give the boys some more grass. dam at the bottom. Still got a lot of water in it, which is great. So it's not a massive dam, but it's a good size for this property, which is 20 acres. A sunset over there. You can see up the top there. The excavator and everything, the car, where the house is going. Boys are happy, they're getting a bit more grass. Don't know if you can see above my head there, right here. Behind me, power pole. So we really want to go off grid with our power. We're just trying to work out financially if it's worth it, because there's power running right through our property. So my concern with it is it's one strand. I don't know how far it comes from. If that one strand gets damaged or goes down or something, we're without power for who knows how long. And because we're not in a city or something like that, if there was a long list of damaged power lines, we'd be well down that list. So we're just deciding whether or not to go off grid, and it may come down to a financial decision whether we can afford a full off grid system at the start, because batteries are still, they've come down in price, but they're still expensive. So we'll see how we go. So that's probably it for today. Just wanted to give you an update on where we're up to with these initial earthworks. It's good we're finally starting to get things happening, which has been a long time coming. We bought this place, I think it's 5 years ago this year. So we've had it about 4.5 years. Taken it from a abandoned, well, not abandoned, it was a neglected horse paddock basically. Had some pretty average, very average fencing on it, which is all gone, all replaced. Sheep have done a great job on this paddock. This was really thick grass all the way through here. They've really trampled it down, they've eaten a lot of grass, dropped their fertiliser pellets everywhere. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there, but I want to keep you guys coming along with us as all this stuff evolves and changes. So I think once we start building, it'll be a pretty rapid change. So we'll definitely keep you guys up to speed on what we're doing. I'll catch you later. Bye.
Thanks for watching today's video. Please share, like, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you again next time with 20 Acres to Home.